Yeah, baby. Morning, guys. Get over here. It's Wednesday, October 12th. We're up here on the flat tops, baby. Woo, yeah. I'm nearing our halfway point between Redstone and Grand Junction. It has been cold, so I've my bag, I've been kind of playing around with it, and I'll show y'all what I've done here in a minute. Thankfully, me and Heather come down, and Heather Barnes was my classmate from high school. So we went over to the thrift store and we found this puffy down jacket for $14. It's an old mountaineering jacket. Way too heavy for through hiking, but if I was going to climb Kilimanjaro or whatever that mountain is, yeah, Mount Everest base camp, like, whoo, yeah, it'd be really nice. I need to get a hood for it. The hood snap didn't come, somebody lost it, but you can buy one for it, Add that on there and it'd be good. So I also found for $4 these REI Gore-Tex. These pants are too heavy, really, for through hiking. They got snow gaiters, they full zips, heavier type fabric. So I gotta change out my gear at Grand Junction. I'm just way too heavy. Vintage stuff. It's but I didn't pay much money for it. I got a down bag back home that I don't know. I may just have a couple lightweight jackets. I thankfully also found this Go Light vest for 14 bucks. Wow. Now this is the kind of stuff, lightweight fabrics. Get my ultralight 8-ounce outdoor research, combine those two. It's half a pound. I might actually have a 13, 14, I don't know, ounce, another down jacket, put all this together, put it inside this bag, and keep that bag. That's kind of what I'm thinking. Let me show y'all what I've done here. Come out of this baby for just a second. Grab a hold of this video. So, there's our nice campsite. Let's go ahead and see the flat tops real quick, because it's very pretty up here. I'm about 10,000 feet up here. I just started to drop down from the very top of the flat tops, which is right out there. Oh, the sun's kind of messing with the camera. Much better view here this way. Wow, very beautiful. You can still see after all these days later in the shade, there's still a little bit of snow. Guys, this trail, there's the trail. The road is, you can barely see it, but it's right, it runs like that away. But a nice little shelter. It was kind of windy up here. It's really calm right now, but yesterday evening, man, it was windy. I got into trees, and I hate having a bunch of dead trees, but the winds died down as the sun was setting. We had some rain, some really cold rain up about right before I got up to the top. I set my tarp up. Thankfully, it blew through, but man, it was still looking bad. I thought it was going to rain some more, and so thankfully it held off. But nice little spot in here. You can see all the, you wouldn't want to be up here in a bad windstorm, like really, really high winds, because a lot of little trees have blown down, all up in here. And thankfully, right above me, it's so frilly. I don't look like I have anything want to fall on me. So, this is what we've got here. We bought this bag off of eBay. Now, that's a center zip. I've never owned a center zip, and you can see how slim. This is a slim fitting bag. My negative 15 had a wide girth. It was had like a 64 inch or maybe a little bit more. Roomy. I could turn around, toss and turn, slide around in it. This one's a little more constricting. So I fluffed all the insulation. It's not a continuous baffle, but being it's a center zip, I put all the insulation up top. So I turned it over on its side. There's the seam right there, and I just shook all this toward the center zip. So I don't have much insulation inside of it there. So you basically can't roll over on your side or your back might get a little cold. It's kind of like, in a way, it's like a quilt. You kind of train yourself not to toss and turn. In the summertime, this is a good 3-season bag, but for really shoulder season in Colorado, like in this high up, this time of year, it's just not quite enough bag. But with the down jacket, man, I tell you, the down jacket like saved my butt. Like I'd be dead if it wasn't for that thing over there. A bit too heavy, but I can ditch it once I get down to the Grand Junction in the desert. Get a couple of lighter shells, like I was saying, and probably still work with this bag. Oh, I got an OR bivvy the other day off eBay. Nice little find. I love these guys, OR. Flip my bag out of the way. You can just see how I had the Tyvek, but the Tyvek was really starting to show its wear. 3,500 miles almost on the Tyvek bivvy. This is fully seam tapered. I've been wanting to get one of these. Got a bug net. Summertime, it has little tabs, and you can hang the net up. Most time I just use it. It'll give you 10 degrees warmth on really cold nights. Most time I just use it as kind of a heavy ground sheet. But the other day it rained. I had a little rain blowing in the tarp. Zipped it up. Fully zipped up. Well, I had left 6 inches for ventilation like they recommend on the side there. Oh, and it's Gore-Tex. Booyah. You know, these things ain't cheap new, guys. Like, oh my gosh, they're about... they have a helium version, which is made out of the same fabric as my rain shell. This is, today, the equivalent of this is called the Alpine Bivvy. And they have the ones with the hoops. If you use this, a hardy person could use this 4-season as a shelter, like climbers and stuff. But I like going without the hoops, save the weight of the hoops, of the front hoop there. Hang it up to the tab on my inside of my tarp. I've got a tab there, and I can hang it up. So I think this is a really good, this tarp is 12 ounces, and this is this thing here is 20 or 21 by the specs, I think, 21 ounces. And I could use this on its own, like on a thru-hike of the AT, staying in shelters, cowboy camping. It wouldn't be fun to ride out a rainstorm in it, but you could use it as a shelter on its own. So was really glad to get that. Like sometimes we'll find a piece of gear. It kind of takes food out of our mouth, but you know, like we just eat peanut butter for a while. Because good gear is good gear when you do long hikes. You know, and that was a good buy on that sleeping bag I paid. It was $35 in shipping for a down sleeping bag. That's probably good down. It's probably about maybe a 15 degree, wearing a couple of puffy, you know, like a puffy jacket, like a lightweight puffy shell. You want something around 13-ounce shell. The 8-ounce that I have is probably a little too light to ride it out at 15. If you had a good puffy, probably 15 degrees, but it was 15 degrees down at lower elevation. I talked to a cowboy, the wranglers that run all the cattle out here, and so he said it was 15 down there. I was at over 9,200 feet, the coldest night. That was that really cold night that, oh my gosh, it wasn't particularly fun. It was really cold. My shoes were froze solid. I mean, if I'd have had my negative 15, it would have not have been nearly as. And with it colder, when you're cold and you don't have the right kind of gear, you don't sleep good. You're tired during the day. You're trying to hike. You know, carry the extra weight in the bag and be warm, sleep good, and then you hike better. You know, so that's what's going on. Really quick, get to Grand Junction. I finished this section, so I go from the mountains. I'm going to be west of these mountains. Oh my gosh. Then I go to an 80-mile stretch. I think it's the Kokopelli Trail. 80 miles with no water. So I'm going to take a little time off. I'll be continuing my hike after a little break. I got like my zipper on my heliums acting up. I need my other rain shell. It's just I got so much stuff. My gear is a mess right now. I've probably was so ill prepared coming through, rocking a 45-degree synthetic for a while until I got this. And this has worked for me. I made it work with the down jacket, but I've just had to carry an agonizing amount of weight and just old heavy materials. You know, looking back now, I think I may keep this bag and do the shells and try that. I'd like to get my lighter weight 50-liter Katahdin Jansport. Weighs 2.5 pounds. This thing over there is 5 pounds empty. You know, but it has a lot of room. I hadn't decided if I'm going to carry a gallon in each hand or carry the water on my backpack. 80 miles, I'm going to have to carry 2 to 3 gallons. Really more, leave town probably with 3 and just do it. But I do like the extra capacity of this larger pack. I wish I had like a Go-Light 70, like a Go-Light Jam 70 liter, a lightweight pack that has the capability when I need it of going. And it's lightweight, it's not a frame pack, so it's going to be a little not comfortable leaving town, but every time you eat a meal and you drink some of that water, it gets lighter. So it's just, I think it is, it's been frustrating. I just haven't had the gear that I need, you know, and it's just made, I was fine in Kansas, lightweight pack, 38 liters, flying, didn't have much gear, but now that it's colder, you know, it's been harder. So that's what's going on. I'm going to close it down, guys. Peace out. God bless America.